All right, so this is post analysis for the odd Swiss franc. Um, Swiss franc was weak. Um, Actually, as a matter of fact, I traded this pair here, NZD Swiss franc, and NZD Swiss franc was actually strong at the beginning. And so the reason I took this pair is because I was very familiar with it. Not this pair, but the odd Swiss franc, sister pairs. And so at the beginning of the week, I attempted to buy this up. So I'm just gonna go over it quick, very, very quick. And because I've already gone over it with over this in a video, so we're just gonna go ahead and matter of fact, we're gonna do this right here. So what had happened was 4 hour refresh. It's gone beyond a refresh, obviously. Leg one, two, three. Then it resolves upward. Leg one and leg two. I traded leg two, so now we're gonna go ahead and pay attention to what happens with leg two. And notice how leg two failed to continue making a new high. So we cannot expect a leg three. So leg three is out of the equation. Um, so there is no leg three. Means this is going to this has already failed. There's no more going up. None of this. Um, we're going to continue playing it. And so now it starts to damage the this Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so it starts to damage this guy here, and mind you, Swiss franc started to flare up across the board on the 1 hour correlation as strong, and as a matter of fact, um, it was a leading power. And so I started asking myself, why are we why did Swiss franc all of a sudden just become strong after being weak? And CPI was coming out. So CPI was coming out at 8:30. Um, and so it brought me here to the odd Swiss franc. Mind you, I found these pullbacks. Excuse me, sorry, I don't know if it's allergies or what kicking in. So across the board and on its sister pair as well, I believe it is. You could see this same sort of setup here on the 15-minute. This was Thursday. It's right here, as a matter of fact. This is the same setup here. You got your refresh here, and now if we go up to the daily, this guy we're below the buyer. The buyer seems to already be giving up. It is fresh. It is fresh, so it's not like at this point it wasn't confirmed, but across the board, correl correlation, which is something to have on. Correlation gives us the clues on what's truly happening and not, you know, correlation. And on top of that, volume. And so we can see here Let's even, okay, so we have this bigger range which resolves downward, and we're below it. Same scenario. This is the buyer attempting on the daily, and by the time we open up, we're below the buyer. So all this volume gets left behind. That's one of them. You have volume here, you have volume here, volume here, volume everywhere here, and then we have volume as it breaks out. And so that's already, the story plus volume plus correlation is saying we're going down. And since it's fresh, the daily is just now damaging the um the buyer. Mind you, we haven't closed just yet. We're still damaging him. But all the story says we're going down. So it's a fresh story, which means we're not going to get a pullback on the 1 hour. We're going to get a pullback on our 15-minute here. And like I said, across correlation, you could see this same pullback here on the 15-minute. So it's a 15-minute setup. And as you can see, we have our refresh here on the 15-minute. And we're going to go and start playing it. News comes out, CPI comes out. Mind you, the whole story's telling me we're going down. So on the 3-minute, I believe I did really good on the entry. So I give myself an A+ for that. My stop loss here, my entry here, because this was the range, the FOMO, and then you get our stop hunt. And they attempt one more time. This is a stop hunt, and they attempt one more time before getting consumed, and we're gone. So we are heading down now. So what I want to focus on now is my my exits so that I can take full profit for everything. Now I do have I was looking at this 4 hour level here, which is from here here from here to here. Now, one thing is I don't know exactly where my trade is going to come to and start reversing. We don't know that. The only way we can figure this out is by the way it's coming down as it's happening. We cannot know this information ahead of time. And so I'm just going to go ahead and skip this here so I can get everything out of the way. So this was my original entry and my original exit. And so I feel like I left behind some good risk reward, almost a full risk reward. 1.63, that's all I got. And I left behind 1.2, 1.02. And so what happens here? Why do I say that? I need to start focusing on the exits, which now happens on my trading time frame. I need to focus on the leg, and at the end of the day, the volume as well. This had volume, and we left it behind. So this would be trying to get behind this. Okay, so that's locked. It just doesn't. Okay, so this is my leg one. This is my leg two. And then this is my leg three. And mind you, I'm counting them because it goes from here to here, and then it pulls back. From here to here, then it pulls back. Then it goes from here to here, then it pulls back. So momentum on the first leg, even more momentum on the second leg, and then on the third leg, um, that's when we start having trouble because it now becomes much smaller um, than our second leg. So that means it's going to give us trouble going forth. And so I would want to say I would exit around here because after I would see this last one candle pullback, I would want to be out because of the power that the third leg now has. It doesn't have much power compared to the second leg. So around there, I would exit. As you can see, it just came ranged. Um, Probably could have taken down further, but that's not the point. The point is I want to measure the power as it's progressing. Also, it's also coming down with volume here, volume here, volume here. Now, this would have probably scared me, but comparing legs, I probably would have held on a little bit more. And then as soon as this candle came back in, I'd be a little bit more afraid, so I'd be out. Um, so what I want to focus on now is exits. That is the ugly exit I've ever written. One, leg power. Um, Volume. My level will obviously, but my legs will tell me and what part of the of this level are we going to start reacting from. And as as the momentum starts to diminish, that's when we want to start to exit. And even it came down to the bottom of it, and it looks great. But I really only would have loved to take 2.6 R's. That would have been way better than what I took. Um, but focusing this on our trading time frame, um, trading time frame. So leg power, volume, level, and momentum as momentum starts to fade. So that's it, guys.